Testing, testing. Let me know how the audio is, y'all. No, dude, stop calling me live. Keep that going. Stop disrupting the live, man. And make sure the stream is solid. Y'all give me some confirmations. It's a little live evaluation. Of course, this cord is all tangled. God damn. This out the way real quick. Make sure this shit connected. Yeah. That laptop's charging up. Cruise vibes. Cruise vibes. Yeah, okay. That should be good. Okay. That should be good. Some clear audio to get the Elgato on there. Testing, testing. All right. I'll make sure YouTube is solid. So we're gonna do first of all, he's scrolling through some beats, but we're gonna go through some beats. We're gonna talk about some of the energies. Let's see. Let's open here. I'm gonna take let's But what's interesting is when I do YouTube lives, like Rumble Live, like when I do lives like this, but from when I launch it from the Rumble Studio, it doesn't give me any notification on YouTube, which I feel like does like trip out on views a little bit, but it's all Gucci. Maybe scheduled streams. Like if I schedule streams, that could be better. So we want to make sure we got the Rumble Studio going. And graphics. Just seeing what you can play around here in the studio. In terms of banners. What the fuck going on? Yeah, new video locations. Oh, y'all can see that really well. That's fire. That's fire. New video locations just came in. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be fire. We've been noting down a couple locations. Chat. Shit. Speaking of that, I need to note this one down too, just because. We're gonna get into a few things today. We clocked in. If you over on YouTube and stuff like that, drop a comment. Let me know where you tuning in from and all that. Gemini season. It's in this bitch. What we doing? You looking for some beats? Although we have some in the vault, we gotta go through them with our producers and shit. See what's slapping. We're just on BeatStars right now, nothing crazy. We gotta go through some of the stuff that was sent to us privately. See what some of that's hitting for. Yeah, but that's one thing I noticed on YouTube. They don't send out notifications when I stream from Rumble Studio, but I guess it's all good. Yes, that's all good. Let's see. Make sure that you check the stream is doing good.
Big retailers don't want you to have this zoom lens, but there's nothing they can do to stop it. So there's this new super powerful monocular, and it's got the zooming power of a military-grade sniper.
BeatStars.com.
Yo, BeatStars, bruh. Hold on, Escalade just dropped. Let's see what he got going on. Woody B.
Escalade Productions.
Hey, updating tags. So it's Escalade. This Escalade's alright. ATs. MD Baby Beats. Good stuff, y'all. That's doing well. I see you, ATs, doing your thing. Doing your thing. AT's doing his thing.
AT, run it back.
But the YouTube studio, I like how the Rumble studio makes the low key files using that code not supported. Okay, that makes sense. Nah, I like how the Rumble studio does the two cams. It's gonna be dope for IRLs and stuff like that. That's not bad at all.
AT, run it back.
Second out of sound, which is dope. Small ass files. Wow. 25. God damn. Like compress these. These gonna need to get compressed. God damn.
4 tracks today. Get the keys out.
All right, that's doing well. All right, next tune. IGK. Before we get to the pie producers, let me see what my guys dropped. IGK, what you been doing?
Viper.
IGK, this crazy.
Okay, no videos. IGK be making some shit, I'm not gonna lie, he got some shit. And he be cooking a lot too. I think he be posting like 8 tracks at a time, 10 tracks at a time, and shit like that.
IGK, this crazy.
Okay, we have that background presentations. Let's see, required sources. Okay, so if I were to switch from left to right, let me see what we can do with that. In that sense, it says selected layout is missing. Required sources. Well, this would be through here anyway, because this is my main cam. We went to okay presentation and then throw this up. Because I started from the mobile, that could be why. Could very much be why. Okay, so we're gonna have to try. I'm gonna mute. Audio controls. Okay, that's fine.
Wake up, Katie.
Okay, before we do that, real quick. Okay, so now that I'm back out there, let's see if this will work. Create new ingress. What's it? So you do it. Okay. Makes sense. Wait a minute. Okay, we go here. We're gonna go share. We're just kind of playing with this Rumble Studio in the background right now. Just playing around with settings, just so we are up to date with IRL. And then at the meantime, we're kind of just going through some beats, just so we can pick some selected bangers. But this is not even our producer we're trying to listen to right now. So on to the next. Okay, so if I do solo. Start a screen share. So if I do screen share. It's okay. It's picking up audio nicely, but which is good. No complaints. So see, it's just important. Okay, it's in the studio. Skitty! I was happening, my bro. We actually doing some live stuff right now in the background. Kind of playing with some IRL stuff, making sure everything is going to work nicely while we go through some beats, into some slaps. Yes, sir. Hope your weekend's going well, brother. Okay, so this is all set up well. Good shit. No lie, this is low-key like, you know, BeatStars has like their ads. This is low-key like a vibe. It's not none of my producers or anything, but sometimes it's dope to hear some new shit, you know, like a new style. It's fire. All right, so since we can't open a screen share right now, I'm thinking it's because we started it on mobile. So if we started on the desktop next time, that should allow us to do the screen share. But it's picking up the audio a lot more, like a lot better than I thought. So could be the whole mobile thing. Though when I do presentation, I cannot share my screen. Oh, hold on. Let me see what's happening right now. Show all windows. Maybe we can open like another. Yeah, there you go. We're active. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, brother. Just making sure everything is up to par, doing well, yo. So this is fire. So the screen share is working nicely. And we're gonna go straight into like some music though right now. Although my boy Playbook is streaming right now too. Let's see what he's chatting about. Maybe some good insights on the music business. I think he has a homie on there talking.
Sounds like Ojo time.
All right. 4 years ago, And I personally, an independent artist, because there's things I believe in that I love. It's not always like, let me go swing for the fences and get them made.
And I may have
money off the table. I have an independent artist that I personally invested 100.
Yeah, no, it started 2 hours ago. He could have re-uploaded this, but
a 10-year license on their masters after recruitment.
Because I think I've seen a video. I think I've seen the interview with this
I get
dude.
paid for 10 years after, and even though that's a good deal for her, and I have a 50% profit split, so all the costs come off the top. But I just don't feel the need to collect on her for 10 years. So I told her lawyer, once I recoup, I'm gonna give you your rights back. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna make any money. I'll probably make it like her A&R is actually 100% recouped against her, and I gave her 35 grand, and the rest of the 150 grand was spent on marketing.
Yeah.
But I said, once I recoup, I'm just gonna give you your rights back because I don't want to collect on you for 10 years. I'm just in a different space right now where I just want to educate the next generation. I'm building a music academy with Stargate.
Yeah.
It's called LAMP.
It's amazing.
The Los Angeles Academy of Artists.
Homie used to do some stuff.
Fantastic. And all I do,
I think he worked for like, I don't know, it was like Sony.
Develop and inspire the next generation of
one of them bitches.
Of recording artists, songwriters, and producers with no desire for commerce. Could you understand how freeing that is? I don't care how many streams they have. I don't care how many followers they get.
Independent is coming back, man. Independence is here, bro.
I hope they get
no one cares for useless
shit
and music that's just pushed in their face. They want substance.
No desire for commerce. All I care is to give them information. I call it wisdom. One of my students actually came up with the term, Chris, you're giving us wisdom in business. And I just want to give them wisdom and opportunity. We have 16 recording studios. I bring in world-class mentors like yourself to educate them about the music industry. I run panels, Q&As for 90 minutes where I have anybody from yourself to like a Jay Brown who manages Rihanna to, Benny Blanco to a freaking creative director like Jaquin Knight who did the Single Ladies choreography to a business manager to a lawyer to, any professional in the music industry who can give these students access to information. We had a A&R.
Yeah, facts. That's how it be. Because a lot of these guys just, and that's why a lot of mainstream music people don't realize it's like is really pushed towards them. You know what I'm saying? Just fed to us based upon major labels and shit like that, based upon certain things. Because they have the big budgets, right? So they can kind of push and curate certain narratives in certain ways.
Bravery and audacity.
Oh, for sure.
Sacrifice to be like, I'm going to put my life on hold to see this dream through and adopt this dream as one of my own and have the whole team's dream be wrapped up in this. And like, you're responsible for all the plays. No one knows how anxiety inducing and fear inducing that is. And that's if it works.
Right.
I think one of the most exciting things.
Okay, this is good because he actually. So I did watch that clip, but he's piecing together different parts of his podcast right now. Because I've watched these segments throughout his channel.
She turns around, gives you your flowers. For every manager watching now, like that's the dopest moment.
Yeah.
Because we know it's a thankless job.
It's a thankless job.
How did that feel for you?
Surreal. Even now, it feels like, did that happen? Like when you're saying, I'm like, did that happen? Yeah, it was a dream.
Certain
because
companies,
honestly, even
everything, certain companies, they want certain sounds, they understand certain influences, so they'll pay for certain things to be in position.
Like there's,
you know what I'm saying?
Gonna walk up on the stage.
It's kind of normal.
And she had like said that at the table, like, if we win, like I'm bringing, I'm like, okay, like all right, okay. And then they had the cameras come around, and by the time we arrived at the Grammys, we had won something. Because
also you're right.
We had, but like it feels surreal because you've won, but you don't have the moment of like
Right.
seeing her go on the stage, seeing like hearing the announcement. It
'Cause
was
earlier
in the
in the day, in
pre-top.
the theater.
Yeah, so it was R&B album. Our best engineered album was first,
Okay.
non-classical. We win that, and we're in the Sprinter on the way there, and it's pouring rain. So there's traffic and all types of chaos, and we win that. And then I believe we won R&B album on the carpet, perhaps?
Oh, wow.
On the carpet, or like right before we got there, and we were like, what is happening right now? And she's got Hazel, and it's pure chaos. So like all of this, like there's no time for it to set in because
Yeah, see, so there you go.
she's in Dana, our publicist.
So he has it
is on
kind
the
of
bus.
streaming throughout his page, you
Her
know, for
partner
people
at
to
the
kind of
time,
tap
John, is
into,
there with people.
find knowledge and wisdom, which is good. It actually it's a good way to
Interviewed,
get your
you
channel to
know,
grow, and also
it was
continuing to
and
relate that
anyway, so
that
she's
good
on
information to
Camera,
the
she's
audience,
doing the
right?
red carpet
we're
interview.
doing red carpet.
You find out while she's doing that she just won Best R&B Album.
I think they told us on the carpet.
And so are you like...
I'm just like,
yeah.
what is happening right now?
Yeah.
First of all, the nominations alone,
Literally
Yeah.
around
did not
that.
expect.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Did not expect.
Yeah.
But this is cool, y'all. I like the whole
Anyway, like when we're in,
I like Rumble Studio right now. I'm liking the whole switch. I'm gonna try like a mobile switch soon, and see how good it will be if we give that a try, stuff like that. So maybe we can test that out next.
back on, and we're looking at each other like, gosh.
Let's play a beat though for now. Tommy Guns. Okay, so Medicated. How we listen to that one? So IGK, the homie IGK just dropped. Let's see what he playing with. And then in the meantime, we go through some of these. Let me check out. Yes, it's kind of like that. Like I've messed with a few of them. I messed with StreamYard. I messed with OBS. Rumble is my main platform that I stream on just due to the whole free speech. I notice a lot of people get banned on Twitch and and Kick and all that stupid shit. I kind of want to avoid all that, so I kind of cut that and went straight to Rumble. And I've been on Rumble for like I'm on Rumble for like a year and a half now. But I want to do more streaming on it based. So like Rumble Studio, I'm in the back end of Rumble Studio. They have like a kind of like a StreamYard OBS type of thing, and it's good how I'm liking how it is right now. Straightforward, simple. I wanted to play with something to kind of find what I can do in terms of IRL streams if I'm ever doing shows and stuff like that. I want to see how seamless it is to swap back and forth from like desktop and mobile and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it looks pretty simple. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks pretty simple. And I'm gonna try this phone first because I got it open already. So if I show you, like, if I do this, see, so now we got do this. So you may have like 2 cameras going right now, which is cool. Just have to wait for it to, so that can work. This can work. I never knew it would just like be simultaneous like that, which is actually pretty sick. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Trying the best. Hey, bro, just lock in with me. Lock in with me. We're gonna try to do it whatever we can. Real shit. Teamwork made the dream work. So, as I said, lock in with me, and we gonna see whatever we can do. Shit, together, whatever you want to do, we gonna see what we can do. There's shit. A lot of people that I've worked with, a lot of even our clients, bro. Young creatives, you know what I'm saying, trying to get their business going on and trying to establish themselves. So, however we can do it, however I can help, it's like boom, come in there. And this stuff I'm still like getting familiar with in terms of like the whole streaming, like, you know, da 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 da. But everything else besides of, you know, the business and how to structure yourself, how to make the content, what content to make, building up the confidence, the self-development, like we do that personal transformation stuff, you know what I'm saying? And build you up to get you to the point where you can even be here and stuff like that. You know, a lot of times we working with musicians, but if you're here, tap in with me. You know what I'm saying? You've been around for a minute. I don't mind helping out where I can. Infinitely. So this can pick up audio too, which I'm not going to do right now because this is getting audio over here. I want to test something out. I wonder if this phone needs... Yeah, I'm sure it needs Wi-Fi. Okay. This phone has data though, so if I go inside it, I'm gonna have to like just Wi-Fi this one. All right, let's do something. I'm gonna fuck around and find out right now. Okay. Okay. We need a banger though right now. Drakeo the Ruler, type beat, IGK. What you got? What's happening? Okay, what we gonna do? We got this active. We got this active. We're gonna close this. Boom. Now we got our main going. But okay, so we gotta do. Okay, this is still picking up audio, but the cam over here. So we gonna go. And now y'all should. Wow, I got like double feedback real quick. And this cam, shit, hella crazy. A lot of people don't get it confused where he is, for real. Literally. You don't get that. So we should be able to go anywhere right now. I know y'all can see the screen. Okay. One sec. Okay. All right. I'm gonna like separate real quick because it might be echoing because you hear it off my monitors, like my TV. So if I leave, I wonder how much it'll be echo or if it'll echo at all. I don't know. Still have my screen share on the thing. I should have took that off, but we still getting the hang of shit. Yup, I can see. All right, bet. So chat, we got chat and we got cams. So let's see what we can do. So based upon connection, I'm sure this needs connection. Oh, this look real good on my phone right now. I'm not gonna lie. This look real good. It's looking real good on the phone right now. It looks real good on the phone right now. So, all right. So I just gotta make sure this has a solid connection over her, over her. Saying, and I'm just monitoring it. Okay, audio's coming through. If I turn it this way, that'll look better. It's like kind of weird. Yeah, that probably is better because of the way the camera's placed. All right, all right, all right. I'm just trying to hold it like this so I can see what it looks like when I'm on this end. Okay, but I'm kind of, okay. You can see me a little bit better, but I know that kind of makes me look sideways. Like this. It's like a delay time, so I can kind of play with it and then see it on my phone what it looks like. But this is good. It's pretty far. Okay, it just goes the other way. Yeah, stable. Stable chats is probably like walk around. It's looking pretty good though. Audio's coming through. The camera's holding up, and then this camera don't look too bad too. I love Android. For Android shit, but it's holding up. Boy, it's holding up. Boy. Muted. Yeah, facts. I have to talk to the camera real quick. That'd be crazy. So that'd be crazy. Yeah, I gotta be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? Hold it back. I gotta delete this. I gotta like pick up a clip of that stream, but like even though no one knows my street, man, be careful how much you're on the street and all that. I'm gonna come in here. Let's go to the salon. Go to the salon. Let's go to the salon. This is the safe zone. Go to the salon. Quality not bad at all. Not facts, brother. Facts. Think the same shit. If I could place you like, let me see. See what we could do. Boom. And this will be good because then I can do like be a little bit better. I can always have someone do the hold the cameras. And I'm still on share screen. Can I like take this off while I'm here? How much can I do here? I don't know how much I could do from like audio controls. I could end. I could flip cam. Okay, I could flip cam. Oh, and I could select cam. Oh shit. Okay, share screen from here. But obviously that's not a thing. Select cam. Front facing, back facing. Okay, that's fire. That's fire. Bro, Drake's gonna get me a fucking copyright, bro. Fucking baby girl ass. This can go on. What I'm gonna try to do is take off our I get a copyright from Drake. Drake don't fuck me up, bro. Nigga, baby girl. Not it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's not it, bro. Not gonna lie, it's not it, bro. The baby girl is not it, bro. So, like, shit. Now let's see how seamless this is. Okay. Okay. That was pretty smooth. That was pretty smooth. Let me look at it over here. Okay, good shit. Good shit. Fucking W, bro. Fucking W. I need some lighting in this bitch, though. Fucking W. All right. W in the chat, man. Good looks. And then we're back in high definition. High definition. What angle you like better? Y'all like the side angle or y'all like the middle angle? Good shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So that's there. You're on the second monitor right now. Let's play with the angle. Let me come over here real quick. Take my 1080p ass or my 1080p ass over here. All right. Bring it back. Bring it back. Mess with the angles a little bit. I just monitor too. Shit fire. It's like a horizontal. Yeah. Shit fire. That's where it was before. But I might put it there just for the sake of we're gonna do some recording. I do have to go through beats from some of my actual producers that they sent. W, right? Bro. W. W. Yeah, shit. Let's check the phone. I know it's cool. I could check the phone. I could call. This is groovy. This is groovy. I bet. This is Madcom. All right. We got a few things planned though, so let's get back on track. All right. The handy dandy Mac. We're just gonna put the charge. You know what I'm saying? And let it charge up. We don't really need it. Yep. Let's go check out the rest of the stuff that the producers were dropping. Okay, let's see. That was it from IG Chrome. Let's go full screen quick. Bear on the beat. That's my guy. He dropped. So much notifications. Oh, come on, 6 days. Denzi. Oh, Denzi's been cooking, nigga. Hold on. My boy. He took it down. He took it down. If you know, you know. I see you, Denz. That's all niggas drop though, so. after we do a track, we'll do like some reactions, and we're gonna break down some energies. You know what I'm saying, for the new month, Gemini season and shit. Shut up to 27, man. Coming through. These guys, they seriously mute me? That's crazy. How do they mute me on the other shit and not mute me on this shit? You niggas is something else. Funny. I can only hear mouse clicks. No, I know. That's so weird because, like, nothing changed. Nothing changed at all. I didn't even press anything. That's trippy. Let's see. Crazy. How you mute? How you mute as soon as I go, as soon as I go fucking play a track? That's crazy. I won't mute me as soon as I play a track. That's wild. Telling you. Like, and my mic ain't even on mute. There's like a mute button. You have to press the button for it to mute. Like, you know what I'm saying? It shows red too. Like, that's why I'm like, I'm muted. Like, what? Let me see. Let me see what I can do though. You're okay. All right. So maybe why is it? That's a trip. Real shit. What can I do? Trinity's hotspot. Oh, I can do that. Okay, bet. How is? I wonder how this is. This shit right here. Unity camera. But that's kind of low. So we're gonna go. Like what? Okay. See, like yeah, trust me. Because trippy shit. I let's get back to it. All right, check, check, check. All right, that's cool. Elgato's cooking. Elgato's cooked. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It hasn't even been a year. Brand new. Like, and it's cooked already. Brand new and it's cooked already. Like, bro, the webcam mic has lasted longer than that. I've had people tell me the same thing with the underwater that it is this mic. Fuck, bro. I done just yeah. No, I know. Cause when I be on Facetime and stuff, and people tell me that, and it's this mic that causes that. But I don't know why, bro. Like that's annoying as shit, fool. Cause it's a really good mic. But yeah, I guess it ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? I guess it ain't shit to be honest. God damn, that's a bummer. It works, but like I guess when it wants, it has a mind of its own. My webcam microphone is what you're hearing me from, and it's never had a problem. And I've been using it fucking as long, way longer than I've had this one for sure. But I was like, you know what? Let me get a separate microphone and stuff like that. But hey, guess I ain't even gonna have to, huh? Anyone need an Elgato? I'm playing. But like it worked though. That's a bit like I'm upset, bro. I'm upset, bro. It's alright. I'm gonna have to like replace it. There's some shit. We got hella mics. Speaking of mics. Speaking of mics. Yeah, my bad, chat. Anyways, I'm spinning that back, bro. Fuck you talking about, nigga? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Bro, like that shit brand new. That shit like bro. That shit, bro. Let's search that up right now. Oh, 2 bills. About 2 bills, you know what I'm saying? 2 bills and shit like that. You know? And I had a stand and everything, brand new. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Like it has a mind of its own for real. And then with this mic, why I use a separate one because I noticed like just weird shit like you said no sound, but now there's sound. It it's kind of trippy when I play if I have music and stuff like that in the background. It's either like it does like that voice isolation kind of shit to where it'll quiet out the voice or the sound because it doesn't know what sound to pick up type shit. You know, I noticed that too. Fucking it's so stupid. 2 bills, nigga. 2 bills, nigga. Not even a year. 2 bills, nigga. Shit, crazy. I had the fucking stand and all. Nigga, I could have kept my other ones, bro. My other USB mics and my other USB mics. I had a Audio Technica AT 2020. That was actually XLR, but I had another USB mic that I could have used. I ended up getting rid of that because I was like, well, I got the Elgato. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. Cooked, bro. All these name brands ain't, bro. Let me not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy, bro. Like yeah, nah, for sure. So it doesn't know sometimes what audio to pick up, and that kind of be annoying because I'm trying to play my track. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to play my shit. But if this is up like a little too much, then it might like drown it out or not pick it up because it's like oh it's trying to look for my voice, so it like silences it type shit. Let me see though, like can I like change some shit on? So I guess having the both. I noticed with the Elgato, like I never had that problem and stuff like that, but with this mic, I be noticing that problem. No matter how sensitive, like or how much I turn up the mic, it'll just kind of mute itself. Play feedback volume when no. Okay, play sound. Okay, maybe if I play from the Samsung, pick up like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, probably won't pick up like that. I can see it picking up, but like I know it's not coming through. Technology, guys. All right, fuck it. It's tech for you. Telling you. Okay, bet. Okay, shut up, Rumble. Okay. So this. Oh, and it still goes. That's fucked. No, I know why you're hearing the echo. It's from my studio application. Oh, that's why I can just kick it. Okay. Shit, and then what was I gonna do again? Oh yeah, okay. So then there was like this background voice isolation shit. So like I done turned it off. So we spinning that back. We spinning that back. Let's see what happens. Yeah, for sure. That happens naturally. That happens naturally. What picks up? So I can see it's picking it up way better. But I don't know. I don't think it's coming through because when it comes through, I can see my voice as if I'm talking. Like it picks up the audio. It shows like this green thing. So like but when I play like when I spin that back or play any like desktop audio, I don't think it's picking it up for real. At least coming through like the rumble here for like y'all to hear. Although I can see it picking up on the Mac side of things. Okay, boom, 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 boom. All right, bet. Spin that. All right, because if that comes on right here, we need that. We need that. We need that. Damn. They really don't want me to show nothing. No music. No music for y'all. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, Gato got a mind of its own. Yeah, the YouTube's gonna naturally have an overall delay, like a couple seconds or whatever, or like 10, 20. Like that's why I was able to do that with my camera when I was outside because I can switch like the positions and then like 20 seconds, 30 seconds after it'll show on like on this. So I guess it's kind of just to pick up everything. It's probably like it's like a software thing. That way the stream is smooth. But yeah, that's like semi normal. All right, let's try this. Let's try this mic again one more time. There's no way my mic's cooked, bro. How you cooked? Let me unplug this bitch. All right. Should we put it like somewhere? No, no. I don't want shit on my desk. Maybe we'll do like this. Maybe shit like that, and you gonna spin that, and then maybe we can go like maybe like a headphone thing. Let me play with something real quick. Let's play with this shit real quick, boy. How about Saturdays and shit? Say, hold on. Okay. All right. Let me see. We gonna go. You gonna try this mic out real quick. Turn up, turn up, turn up. Here. Turn up. All right. What we got looking like right now? What we got looking like? Testing. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check. Mic check on the Elgato. What we looking like? What we sounding like? Let me know. Yeah, we're testing. Big test days. Big test days, y'all. Shit. Let me see if I can hear a little bit with y'all. We sounding like, oh, we sounding smooth. We sounded smooth right now. All right. 1 2 1 2. Let's get it. Bet. We active. Cooking. All right, good shit. W's. All right, so you see what I mean? The Elgato has a mind of its own. That's what I'm saying, bro. The Elgato is hella smooth, bro. The Elgato is hella smooth. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. It's hella smooth. We're like, I can hear the difference. Like, I done heard it in readings. I done, you know what I'm saying, seen that shit. I know it's smooth. That's why I don't know why it be tripping. Like, just chill. I got the headphones on. I got the output coming through the headphones too. Let's do the echo cancellation. That's without headphones. Reduce echo when talking with headphones. Yeah, so we're gonna leave that on. Cause I turned it off before to see if that would let the music come through. Nah. Helps reduce background noises, noise suppression. We're gonna leave that off for now, and we're gonna see if that picks up some audio in terms of stuff like that. For sure, I'm telling you, bro. Be like that heavy. And then just based upon like what I can share with y'all, I gotta see fucking. All right, that's on a solo bit. Okay. If I share like just a whole bitch, let me share my whole bitch. All right, let me see what's happening. What we can do right here, boy. All right, boom. We smooth. So trust me. So let me spin that. Let's spin that back real quick. All right, let me see. What can y'all hear? Can y'all hear desktop audio? What's going on? Or are you only hearing voice right now? Are you hearing what's coming through? It's hard to know. Let me see. Oh, that's coming through here. All right, bet. I wonder if y'all can hear that, bro. I don't think so though. If you could, that would be mad smooth. I ain't gonna lie. Oh shit, y'all can hear that. Oh, see, so that's the whole problem. Damn, bro. I needed the headphones on the whole time. Damn, bro. Bro. Y'all gonna lie, I'm fucking catching air, my nigga. Right now, bro. A lie? I know. So I don't know what. I bet. I bet. God damn, bro. God damn. That's why niggas have whole production teams and shit. You know what I'm saying? Times like these, boy. Alright, alright. Nah, it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. I had to check on the main device and make sure it's actually coming through proper. So nah, it's smooth. It's hella smooth. It's hella smooth. It's hella smooth right now. So I needed the headphones on the whole time. That's so crazy. Y'all would have been hearing everything, like, right? But I guess you hear the clicks you're saying too. So wait, maybe I can turn down a little bit of the sensitivity. You know what I'm saying? And then we good. Pressing me, but I see you frowning. But they be doubting. I'd rather be chefing. That niggas want me pissed. W's. Straight punch in air. Crash out. Bad. Bad. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. That's so annoying. Like, I needed headphones on for it to come through like that. That's crazy. Hold on, though. I can't. Why is this lighting? I can't see shit, dude. I can't see shit. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me see what these settings do real quick. Spinning that back real quick. Let me know how loud is it for y'all. Wait, hold on. I could find out. Okay, that controls the same shit. All right, bet. My mic a little loud, so I'm turning that down a little bit. Let me see this. Yeah, no, it's crazy. But like, so then what the fuck? So then what the fuck was that? Why the first time? That's so weird, bro. Nah, today we figuring it out though. Today's today, today's the day we figuring it out though. No bad. Hold on. Okay, so this shit right here. Nah, bro, because nah, that's crazy. It was coming through like differently though before. Like, damn, that's so ass, bro. But hold on. Maybe not. Let me see. Maybe it was because I did the whole screen. That's so crazy right now, bro. Yeah, because it's picking up the screen, picking up the cam. All right, bet. Damn, boy. All right, let me do something real quick. We gonna get it to work. Today is the day. You know what I'm saying? Uh, we're gonna go SSL. SSL, and then it's picking up screen audio. So we're gonna go screen audio, and then I'm gonna mute my mic, and then just the screen audio should come through, which should then be fine. That sounds like it makes sense. So let's see if it does make sense. Type shit. Crazy. Okay. That's wild. So that right there, maybe it's a Chrome thing. Because why did I wonder if it's a Chrome thing. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if it's a Chrome thing because I don't have that problem on OBS. Why is it that's so weird, bro? Dun, 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 dun. Standard overlays. Nah, yeah, facts. I didn't turn down my mic a little bit, so it's not sounding crazy loud. And then which is good. Like my audio here sounds really good. The only thing that's just not it is the fucking is my screen audio. So I can't share audio from seems like I can't share audio from my actual screen, which which like I can do, which is like something I can usually do either on Chrome. Damn, I didn't even hear, boy. That's crazy. Some USB. 'Cause I don't keep Chrome just like that. Should be taking up hella space. Either on like through Chrome or OBS, but that's likely why. Because I remember like being on Chrome Rumble Studio, it used to ask me like, do you want to share audio as well, or like you can only share audio from Google Chrome tabs. So today we gonna figure it out though. It's all good. See, so like I can just slide in right here, boom, enter. Should be able to do this all like simultaneously. So in the meantime, maybe I could like put something on for you guys. Let me see. Fuck it, real time shit. You don't watch me do this. All right, so this is here. This is here. This is here. This is here. See, to share audio, select a tab. To share, oh yeah, see, also share tab audio. So it has to be from a Chrome window instead of the entire screen. But you see how stupid that is? Like, what the fuck is the point of that? Like, that's what's crazy. Like, that's what like I never. That's what I figured. Like, they be having a lot of weird loopity loop systems and things of that nature with this tech. And like that's the thing. It's just weird how that even works. But I thought so because I remember seeing this before, and I'm like, "The fuck are you talking about?" See, now I can pick up audio and shit. Hop up out of here. All right, that was easy. Okay. Trying to do this and like keep these things smooth and flowing. You know what I'm saying? Just bear with me. A lot of screens and tabs and things. You know, I gotta use my other screen. I forget I have another monitor. Fucking, this is so clutch. All right. So now that that's there, I can to be honest, the DuckDuckGo browser can exit, can quote. Sensi 333, brought that knowledge down. Young King, 333, got the crown. Bro got me insane, bro. It's a sound check, like. So keep my peace now. Look, I think we rockin'. Look, still manifesting better days now. You know, if we rockin', you need some W. You stuck with me, love. And I don't force my hand with plays. Baby, wanna live, I thought I contract up right away. Smoking no G, not that haze. And we don't be pouring wide. So little bro, you gon' look stronger if you got the willpower to stop. And I'm the one, homie, that's gonna motivate to do better. If you don't wanna hear it, I see them fly. If they don't wanna hear it, no need to talk. Keep quiet, sometimes I down one for silence, I soft top. And folks talking crazy, I would too, no need to indict myself. I'm smarter than these hoes, why you think they tryna bite me? But I was born a leader, no surprise that y'all look up to me. Angel and hell stay protected, if it's up, it's all good to me. Kept it calm around you two, don't move like you have something to prove. They might lie for some attention, but for me, that's not my crew. Please watch what you say, for your words, they twisted and bended. And they be tryna get to know me, don't answer much questions. I used to bad chicks when I seen a good one, couldn't recognize. Something like what I trauma when I realized I had all of it. But MJ moon rocking on these beats, no, I'm not stalling. Boy, be asking about the energy, said to see upcoming eclipse. And she know the flow is spirit, signature. I said, good, that's okay, don't question it. On the new moon, she opened the legs, she want me plant the seeds in it. Look, this is a manifesting better days now. I told her, baby, if you ride with me, you stuck with me, love. And I don't force my hand with plays. Baby, you wanna live, I tore that contract up right away. Smoking OG, not that haze, and we don't be pouring why. Told little bro, you gon' look stronger if you got the willpower to stop. And I'm the one, homie, that's gonna motivate to do better. If you don't wanna hear it, I see him fly. No, I'm not untouchable, that's why I live by principles. Some niggas, they wanna live fast, but for me, I sip my flow. Bro, what I said back in the day, call it my own pace, bro. Shorty's moving crazy, homie said it's all they lace with. I spin a split in the venue, I see what they lace with. Don't like how you moving, so I'm not smoking where you smoking. Don't laugh at those jokes, cause I don't play those games. And all those real ones rocking with me, come on, let's release the pain. Hey. And I don't rap for fame. I don't. Talk on my name, you might meet the flame. And if not, the reaper pop up in your drain. Or I'll send an angel to warn you up in your sleep. Can't don't play on us cause we the angels of the skies. Came down here from Pluto and Mars, it took some time. Seen so many souls get lost right where they belong. And I see the government pluck their minds like a game of chess. Look, it's a manifesting better days now. I told little baby, if you ride with me, you stuck with me, love. And I don't force my how it plays. Baby, you wanna live, I tore that contract up right away. Smoking OG, not that haze, and you don't know why. Told little bro, you gon' look stronger if you got the willpower to stop. And I'm the one, homie, that's gonna motivate to do better. If you don't wanna hear it, I see him fly. I guess that makes sense. I can't be using my I'm using DuckDuckGo. And they be like, nah, no DuckDuckGo. And shit. So I guess no DuckDuckGo, y'all. At least right now. In terms of streaming and shit. Because I can't share the browser on DuckDuckGo. This only shares audio from Google Chrome. I just wanna know. Please you go right over on man. You wanna take it up, but you said it crashing. Gotta focus on the progress and the bullshit. Let it go. No reason. Touchdowns, you might think I play for the man. Just wanna know. When I was there, what you go. I didn't think you move like that, but my heart is worth more than gold. Spread the message everywhere we go. Start walking all over the world. Fuck with me, keep my peace. That's what I mean when I say we get hyped, G. Second place, NBA. Never broke again, once again, right back to it. Going on these beats, it's how I express. I would have shared, like, transcend from the streets. Now she loving me like Q, 333. Hey, God, don't accuse me of no spell, cause I be out the way. Also with the team, SCW drip down to the feet. Bust a play with my manager, numbers, $1 million plays, and then why you couldn't handle it. Apply more pressure, or apply more resumes. And I kept my head in the books, I won't get left back again. I won't. True story, yeah, I'm cool, but want no friends. Nope. Close that door, I ain't playing off for none. I'm not, you know, I need to recoup all of that. Once a time in my life, I was down bad. You know, I need to recoup all of that. So I'ma keep setting plans, never look. I just wanna know. Please you go right up on fall, man. You wanna take the real, but you steady crashing all day. Gotta focus on the progress and the bullshit, gotta let it go. So many touchdowns, you might think I play for the back. Just wanna know. When I was there, what you go. And they can move like that, but my heart is worth more than gold. Spread the message everywhere we go. Start walking all over the world. Fuck with me, keep my peace. That's what I mean when I say we get healthy, G. I control my energy. Only thing you can control is your ability to respond, G. I apply wisdom from a young age, why they call me prodigy. I'ma need my flowers in this game soon. Chose to get back to the people that spread all the world doomed. Turn my losses to lessons. Grab a pen, take notes, you can learn something too. I don't come on beats to brag or earn nothing. We'll recognize real quick, notice you a squirrel son. Integrity got me feel so bad, I'ma stand tall. And I'ma rise to the top, overcome all of my downfalls. And you say I wasn't there, but you scared of a phone call. Talking about communication, baby. You know I'm not that far. I'm not that far. Catch us swimming in the stars. More like a calm, I'm minimal, but we getting swerving foreign cars. Hyphy pieces, what we do, baby. Especially love the crew. I'm always making myself clear before I make my move. Wanna know, is you go right up on fuck, man. You wanna take it real, but you steady crashing out. You gotta focus on the progress. Damn, so I can even show y'all no unreleased. So many touchdowns, you might think I play for the back. Just wanna know when I was there, what you blow. And they can move like that, but my heart is worth more than gold. Spread the message everywhere we go. Start walking all over the world. Fuck with me, keep my peace. That's what I mean when I say we get hypey, shit. Might be onto something. Maybe we can do this. Okay, stop sharing. Yeah, maybe we can do this because you can only get audio from tabs. So why? Like that what? Like it just doesn't sit right. Something don't sit right with me. Like that, I'm not fucking with that. Shit. What's my Apple Music? I bet. I bet. I bet. No. I already know it. All right, one sec, y'all. Oh yeah, my whole screen up and still. Fuck. Okay. Hold on. That's cool. That's cool. Background. I could do that. That's pretty cool. The shit you can do on here is insane. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. But let me find some audio for you guys, and then I'll be able to tap in on that. But first, yeah, that's my second screen. You just keep that right there for now. Just log into the Apple Music, yo. I'll be able to show you some cool for sure. Zero 07. Okay, bad. Unknowns. Unknowns, let's get it. So I can tap into a little bit of this right here. I can tap into a little bit of this. Right there. Boom, 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 boom. Nope, can't show y'all that one. Nope, can't show y'all that one. Shit. Well, can we tap in with? We can tap in on. Yeah, the signature bell. What beat was that I went on from him? Maybe we can do this. All right, we should pick. We can load this up. Load that up in there. Load that up in there. Load that up in there. Give this reflip. Update the library. What was that one called? Let me see. Shit. Bangers. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna have to. I wouldn't even be able to do some shit with y'all because I can't even share my screen audio. I'm gonna have to do that on OBS. And before we do go though, let's go. Let's show Lucid before we bounce out of here. Damn, not available is crazy. Like what? This week today. All right, we're gonna have to go to like today. Recently added. That's wild. This shit really ain't gonna. That's crazy. Yeah, I can't show y'all nothing, no unreleased because nothing on Spotify. At least on web browser.
I had to put my phone on airplane mode. She ain't kill up, no call me. I don't want to talk right now. I'm trying to beat up. Turn my rubbers up so I can't. And my rubbers are good. I can't hear the beat too good. But I ain't got no drink right now. I want that bitch to be loud. Some shit like this. I'm like, where I can feel that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I need that cottage. I need some more juice. I just put my last purse. I'm on these Percocet right now. I'm in another zone.
Bro.
I'm on this drink and I get high till I can't feel my eyes. Had to get rid of this plain Jane. This a two-tone. How about me something?
God damn. Copyright. It's all good. You know what? Since I can't show no unreleased, we can't do no recordings on here. That's ass because obviously I can't share my screen because Rumble ain't gonna pick up audio for what we recorded on. I have to do that on OBS. So maybe when we do that, we come back on OBS and we load that up. Rumble. It's just like it's kind of shitty. Let me see if I can open OBS. Do like an ingress. I would have to do like an ingress because disconnect here because only OBS can allow me to share my screen the way I want to and actually pick up audio while we're recording here. We have to play with there's another one as well that goes by the name of OBS Blade. Might try to play around with that for a little bit. Hold on. Scan the Connect QR of the WebSocket plugin. That's pretty crazy. Let me see this real quick. Remote control OBS Studio. Yeah, this is going to be interesting for sure. It's like an open source. It's like an open source type software. It's not an official software from or made by OBS. I'm almost certain, but we're gonna try that. We're gonna give that a try. For now, we can stop sharing this because I know that's probably annoying for you guys. I'm gonna continue the stream on Rumble to share a little bit of how to actually do this. So just give me 1 second. Okay. So now you guys can see the entire, thing that I got going on here. I'm just gonna keep that tab open. We're gonna minimize this. We're gonna try to see what this OBS is hitting for, right? And I'm pretty sure I heard about this, right? OBS Blade. I'm pretty sure I heard about this as well, but I feel like my store wrong upstairs. But only download OBS socket from here if you're running OBS version 27, 28, and above included. Oh, okay. So OBS WebSocket is included in OBS Studio for the versions. What version is this? Oh, 31.0. So yeah, it should definitely have it. But with that being said, then what do we scan? Port auto for auto discovery. So make sure you have an OBS session in your local network with the OBS WebSocket plugin installed. So we're going to see. Okay, so we couldn't find it with auto discovery. Here's a number. If I go into port, let's see what we can do. We probably have to go to advanced settings. So let's see. I've never let's see, 60 duration. Oh yeah, I don't want to change it. I don't want to mess anything up in these settings here. Too crazy, you know what I'm saying? But let's find out what we're gonna do with this. So this is auto discover. I'm looking for something called auto discover port. Okay, that's the primary server for YouTube. Bitrate 160. Twitch custom. YouTube RTMPS. Okay, so what I'm thinking, if I can do it from YouTube, then that could possibly work. If I could do it from YouTube, I mean from Rumble, that could work. The RTMPS. Okay, but output mode. FAQ. Okay, local network permissions. Yeah, type of stuff you got to do, like it's like all behind the scenes, y'all, as an actual, digital creator and things of that nature. So OBS Blade is active. OBS WebSocket is crazy. Hold on. Let me see. Right, that's what I'm trying to say. All right. Um, I wouldn't need to download that plugin, but what is my about OBS? Why can't I click that? That's kind of whack. All right, there we go. Yeah, so I'm on version 31. So it should be all built in as it's saying here on Google and all that. So all right, let's see what we can do. In most cases, you should be able to connect the OBS if it's listed in Auto Discover. If you try to connect the OBS manually because it's not listed in Auto Discover, there's usually an underlying problem. Check the list above. Additionally, check that the correct password is used. WebSocket settings. The host device running OBS is reachable with the given IP. The internal IP can only be used when both devices are in the same network. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, chat. Okay, so that's that right now. Currently. Somebody's away. Boom, 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 boom. So this is here. Close that. Shout out to the Rumble fam as well, tuning in and all that. Appreciate you guys showing some support and love. So with that being said, OBS, you can download it for OBS V or later, or use, and above that includes it by default. Yeah, maybe I don't have it. So let's try downloading this. Let's try downloading this little plugin shit. And go to download. Let's see. Doesn't use the same protocol. You download both versions. Okay, do not install if you're using that version of OBS. Windows, Mac. All right. It's our virtual camera, manage broadcast. Okay, let me see what we can do with I'm trying to see if I could swap. It's kind of behind the scenes here. I'm gonna share a little bit. Probably go in like a. Let's get into like a. Let's get back over here on the live. Where we left off. So this right here. Okay.
Yeah, this is
different.
This is different because you've got that, but then you've got like the celeb, whoever that is totally removed from our culture, syncing it to like their stuff and like singing along.
Okay. Music Business 101, y'all. Tap in. While I figure out this OBS stuff, I'm gonna keep that playing in the background.
Shopify's point of sale system helps you
Don't
sell
worry, got you.
every stage of your business.
Have any questions?
Need a
Business
fast and
questions,
secure way to
artist
take-
questions, marketing questions.
Everyone loves
Drop them
the
down
song.
below.
Is there still
Tap in.
panic in that moment?
Panic how?
Well, you're saying like I was panicking when I was putting
No,
it
I love that. I loved it. I love it still. Every time it comes on, I'm like, man, wow, it's amazing.
No, but I mean more so like because you're saying
There's
earlier.
relief.
What's that?
There's relief.
This is relief now.
There's relief.
There's relief. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is working. Okay.
When it starts to resonate with the people,
Yeah.
that's the relief for me. The shows
So
were it. I'm like, there's like just knowing that it's really affecting them. And seeing like all the viral videos, like the dances that people were doing and they're learning it and doing all that. I'm like, oh, like, yes, this is the thing that everyone is searching for of like, oh, you can get the TikTok, you can get the, I'm like, this is literally across the board. It's the identity song. It's literally rooted in like, she made a song that's an affirmation song for her postpartum. Like it checked all the boxes.
Yeah. What was it that made sense for you guys to have RCA as a partner?
We knew we wanted to go to the next level.
Yeah.
And I think when we started out, the partner that we had, Platoon, amazing partner.
Mhm.
Denzel is amazing. He was the only person that saw Victoria for who she was,
Mhm.
the same way that I did,
Mhm.
of like, he believed in her vision and her music, and he never questioned any creative choice. And that was huge.
Oh, nice.
And he put so much, like in terms of funding, way above and beyond what a normal distributor would do. Like I'm talking, I had gone to the others and I'm like, okay, like we're trying to build leverage so that we can go in a system. This is 2019, right? So this is the time when everybody's doing this and then you upstream.
Yes.
And he was like, what will make her comfortable? I want to do that in this deal. And I want it to be friendly so she feels comfortable. And he conceded on a lot of points and was willing to do a deal with us that was really beneficial to her.
Mm.
Like for her to not feel like, oh, I'm going in and like there's all this pressure. He was like, make the music I want to make, put it out. When she got pregnant and we had the call with him, he was like, take the time you need. When we had to like figure out the timing of like singles in between, like there wasn't a set budget for those. But he was like, obviously we're going to keep supporting this and funding it.
Yeah.
It came time to, I think it came time to grow in the sense of like, we knew that we wanted radio. We knew we wanted all of the traditional forms of marketing, and there wasn't an in-house radio team. This is not what the distributor's supposed to have.
No.
They don't even earn the same way that a label does, right? So it's not,
especially in that time.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I'm like, no fault to them whatsoever. It's like, why would you have a radio department when you're earning, like you're making sure all the artists own their masters. So why would you know what I mean? So at that point it was, we want to go somewhere where we have a shot at radio, where we are getting the funding to really do videos the way we want to do them, so she can dance, do the marketing, have skits, like do all of the things to really create a rollout, and that takes money.
Yep.
And the label is the bank. That's really what we were looking at it as, was like, yes, the bank, but also hoping for the infrastructure of like, let's get some more arms around this project, and hopefully they will spread the word in like Australia and like Korea, like all of these different places. So that was the thought process. And RCA, the roster made us feel like, oh, they understand. They understand. Yeah. Lucky was there. You got her, you've got Thames, you've got SZA, Gambino, you've got Bryce. Like it felt like a cool space for R&B. Steve Lacy at the time was going crazy. It felt right in the sense of looking at,
that's right, that was RCA as well. Wow.
When we were looking at who would allow creative freedom on top of pushing the envelope for promo, they seemed like the right fit at that time to do it.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, this is where we should go.
Cool.
We did it. Yeah.
Yeah. I always liked Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. He feels like, well, he's definitely a music
guy.
He's an A&R.
He's a music guy. Yeah.
Heavy music guy.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk about just that video of the Grammys and not the nominations.
Oh, wow.
Because that's epic.
Yeah.
You said you didn't know you were going to.
No.
Yeah.
No. No.
Well,
no.
let's.
I was hoping for one or two.
Say word.
You know what it is? It's like we manifest everything. We write everything down. Yes. And there was a point in which I had the Grammy as my background on my phone. I would look at it all the time, like hoping. Mm-hmm. And the best thing we could have done in that time period was so serendipitous. Timing is everything. But us putting out the album on the heels of On My Mama and then going on tour. Yeah. Tour was its own beast of marketing.
Fair.
Like that felt like the rollout started all over again, because people.
That's fair.
Like Victoria on a stage is a different beast. Mm-hmm. And it contextualizes the music in a way that you're looking at this person, you're like, ooh, like she's a student of all these people that I love that I don't get to see perform anymore. And every time we would perform, trending, or like the videos would move, those would go out on TikTok, get tons of, like all of that. And it was very clear that like, this is the thing. And I knew that from back from Day in Vegas. So from 2022, I'm like, this is the vehicle. Like truly all the traditional forms of breaking an artist are what work for Victoria. Performance, expensive. Well, not expensive. They all cost stuff.
Yeah.
It's investment. But going back to our rollout, the thing that actually kicked off the Jaguar 2 rollout was a show.
Oh,
I don't know that.
Okay.
So Alasia, shout out to Alasia, had an amazing series called Spotify Firsts.
Yes.
And they were supporting artists and picking artists to do their first show in that market at that time. So Victoria, they wanted to do the first show in LA, but they've never done one before. So we did the El Rey. He put the tickets up. They sell out in like a minute. That became like the thing.
That's a moment, yeah.
Like every time we put up tickets for Victoria's show, sells out. So we did that. And I remember talking that through. And that was a moment of like, should we do this? Da-da-da. And having to explain that even to Peter of like, this,
we're gonna find out.
Peter and Fleck, like this matters.
Yeah.
They're like, we could do this whenever. Like, is it really important to do a show before? Because we did it before Smoke dropped.
Okay.
So this is the very first thing that we did for Jaguar 2 to be like, this is coming.
Wow.
We dropped new photos. She had blonde hair, so we picked like new era. First photo just says like, baby, can we smoke, has the date. Then it says R&B firsts, like the next post maybe 2 days later. Has Victoria, has like the poster that Jess had done. Incredible. Feels very Marilyn Monroe-ish. Here's some of my favorite imagery of like our entire rollout. And then the next one, be like, put out the tickets, sells out in a minute. The energy in that room was amazing. And the label comes, and I think that's the moment they realize.
That turns them, yeah.
Yeah. So I had already known from seeing it and experiencing it myself. I'm like, oh, this is the thing.
Yeah.
People don't really know. Like, oh yeah, she can perform. Like she can entertain people on the stage. So that whole tour was right in the middle of Grammy voting.
Oh.
So every show that we did, you've got people saying like, wait, have you seen Victoria? Oh, like they're seeing it on the internet. We invited people out to every single, like every city where there was a chapter, please come. We did everything possible from the start of the year because we knew the album we had was incredible and so musical. So she did showcases, like we did all the things, all the press, just trying because it's a dream. Yeah, for the Grammys, absolutely. Because
there's campaigning involved in
on 100%. But we had started that from even press for Jaguar. Dana Meyerson, our publicist, was always hitting up all of the critically acclaimed like outlets, and the first one was critically acclaimed. So when this one came out, it just so happened that it was at a time that we could tour, do more with it, and obviously it's on a label. So we have been planting those seeds for years,
today, fam.
Really, because press is also important, like NPR, all of that stuff, because that's where the Grammy voters are paying attention.
Yeah.
To see if the music is credible, and it is. You know, we did. We had a song with Earth, Wind, and Fire called Hollywood. That's one of her daughter is on.
Oh, okay.
And so before they went out on tour, we did an interview with Live Nation for them. And like, we're thinking of all of this of like, of course this is bucket list, but we're also thinking of, we want to continue to reinforce the story of like, Victoria's a real artist, real musician, real producer, like for as many people that will see that as possible. So by the time we got on tour, people were already familiar, but I think that was the thing that hopefully sent them over the edge, or I guess it did, because they came to shows and we were like, oh, like this feels like, because she had some Tina Turner like influence in that. She had some Diana, like it was really wonderfully done. Kira Harper was the lead choreographer on that show, and she stitched it together to make it all feel like this 70s Supreme meets like what Beyonce and Janet would do.
Right.
And like that wasn't something that was being done at the time. So it felt special to go. So yeah, it was, I think that was the thing. So I didn't know that we were I was hoping that we would get nominations, right? But we had 7. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
That is insane. Like we, I remember like talking to Vic, and she was, there was something going on in her house. So she wasn't staying at her house, she was staying at a hotel. And we were talking about filming the announcements for the Grammys.
Yeah, okay.
Knowing like our whole story up until this point has been underdog.
Yep.
World against us. Probably may not happen, but it's a good story to tell one day. So we're like, okay, if we don't get anything, it'll be part of the story, but at least like we filmed it. The thing that had coincidentally happened the same day was All My Mama had gone #1, I think at Rhythmic Radio. So it had already gone #1 at Urban Radio, then Rhythmic, then R&B. And I believe it was Rhythmic that went #1. So Jess got a cake, I believe. And it said like, happy #1 at da-da-da. And it was like, the team's just going to come together and celebrate the number one. At the very least, we're going to celebrate a number one on radio. And while we're doing that, we're going to watch the nominations get announced.
Wow.
And when the first one happened, like, I think it was just we're like, holy, like, and then it just kept happening.
Yeah.
And like, there was just a moment where that video is one of my favorite videos ever to exist, because it's so true.
It's very genuine.
It's genuine because we're all like, what? Like, what is happening? And I just start crying because it feels like that was like a big release of relief for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, like we did it. Like at the very least, we're in the game and people recognize everything that we've done for years. Finally, it felt like that, like weight of like, when you're a manager, you're carrying the team on your back and it feels like everything's on you to make sure that they're seen.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think people don't realize that. It feels like you're the quarterback of like, okay, you got to like call the plays and hope that they're the right ones so that the team doesn't look at you like sad and disappointed of like, you didn't get them there.
Right.
So yeah, there's this moment in it where you can see me like just lose it.
Yeah.
And everyone's crying at this point. So we're like, what the hell is going on? And it just keeps happening. And then the big four get announced, which are record of the year, album of the year, song of the year, and best new artist. And getting 2 in those categories was like, no one could have prepared me for that. And I think that meant, it didn't mean more to me, but it meant a lot to me because there's so many people that qualify in those categories.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter what genre you are. There's like an interesting thing of like the urban categories because they're not televised, which they should freaking be. It's 2024. Absolutely. Like, when are we going to televise those categories, guys? And seeing her name on Best New Artist and then on Record of the Year, I was like, oh shit. This is incredible because there's nothing that prepares you for that moment of wondering if you'll ever transcend the little, like the niche that you're in or the box that you're in, or not getting as much resources because you're in R&B,
right?
And you're not making pop music, even though R&B is pop music. Pop is popular.
Yes.
So that happening and rounding out the 7 was like,
you feel truly seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it became like, oh shit, like we haven't slept because we're going to do whatever we can to campaign. Now that we've got the nominations, it's like,
okay,
we got to go even crazier. And we weren't done with tour at the time.
Wow.
So the nominations had come out and I believe we still had the UK to do. So we had to go do the 2 London days. And then we went to Brazil to do Afropunk.
Jeez.
And yeah, that video is like really special too. I think just because seeing like all of the people that were there, Shar was on Zoom.
Okay. Yeah.
Because she was in the UK, I think at the time. And then Dana, our publicist, was on Zoom. Jess was there. D-Mal called in. That was one of the best moments of my life.
Yeah, and the fact that you captured is amazing. It's a beautiful moment.
Oh my God.
So you're going campaigning after that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is that?
What does it look like?
What does that look like?
So press.
Yeah.
Press. It looks like doing a panel at the Grammy Museum, like everybody else that gets nominated, doing all of anything you can for visibility during the time period of like voting. So what did we do? We did tons of interviews. Dana set up a ton. We did Afropunk. We took out ads.
Yep. printed that
That's really
billboard hit for
printed-
that.
yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
It just looks like visibility and hoping
Yeah.
that people see it.
Yeah.
You know,
You're reminding everybody because now the voting is happening.
they're like, oh, who's this person?
Yes.
And then you're trying to prove why you of the cream of the crop should be the one that gets the vote.
And you're
So, what's the hottest online slots casino in Ontario right now?
Gotcha, chat.
Oh, it's Betty, hands down. Betty.
The story
yes.
of like, and the big part of that story was she's been doing it for 15 plus years.
Yeah, no, for
and
sure.
she's nominated for Best New Artist.
Are you
and a lot of
good?
people are like, oh, she's been doing it
Yeah,
forever.
facts,
She's
bro.
not
Shout out
Best
to
New
Miss
Artist.
People.
I'm like,
You good?
she's been
I'm working on,
forever. Because nothing is an overnight
I'm
success.
working on OBS right now.
But
because
in terms of the public
I'm
consciousness,
thinking
she
if,
is a new artist. And I would say that sometimes when I first started working with Victoria, and she would get offended. And I was like,
If it's
I'm not
selected
saying
for,
this to
like,
be offensive.
YouTube
I'm saying
and-
like in terms of public consciousness,
it's
you
hard.
may
I
have
can't
dropped
share. I
four
can't share my whole
projects, but
screen
you didn't have
audio.
a team.
It's gonna be
You
tough to
didn't
do like
have
music production
playlisting.
live.
You didn't have all the things
Because
that
I know
you
I can do
should
it
have
through
had.
OBS.
Yeah.
That should have been
So
afforded
like
to
it
you that
depends.
you
When I do
didn't
music, I might
have
just have to use
the
OBS.
luxury
When
of
I do,
having.
like,
And so
more
Jaguar
IRLs,
really to me was like,
then I
this
can
is your
use Rumble
first
Studio, but
project because
there's this
people
thing that I
get
was
to
looking into
experience
today,
it and discover it in all the places
called OBS
that
Blade,
they were
where you
discovering
can kind of
other
control your OBS
amazing acts.
from
You know, so
from a mobile device.
so a lot of people are
Kinda
like, oh,
similar
she's
to
in the
how the
industry
Rumble
for
Studio
whatever. I'm like,
has it,
this
'cause
is a
Rumble Studio is
beautiful
an app as
thing
well.
because we're
So,
rewarding the fact that
that's dope.
she was persistent. And now when you look at Best New Artist this year, you've got Sabrina Carpenter, who went through, like, you're talking theater, actor, multiple projects, also with an incredible female team, female manager. And now it's happening for her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, she does deserve to be in that category. Chaperone, signed to a label,
Let me try this.
doing completely different music, by the way, then finds herself, makes the music she wants to make. The label doesn't see it. They drop her. She's not making money.
Yeah.
But she broke into public consciousness now. Like, this is the year. So, of course, she deserves that. Shabu's, like, how many people do we have to talk about? Like, there's a strange thing of thinking Best New Artist means you should be before the age of 22. That's not, like, Billie is incredible. And she is an anomaly because of her age.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the norm.
That's not the norm.
And,
at all.
you know, I
Okay,
think
let's see.
it was...
I think there was a good conversation around that this year that, like, this is what Best New Artist means. It was more driven home.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't mean that they came out, like, a year ago. It means that this is when they broke into public consciousness in a major way.
Yeah, which takes time. It takes a lot of time. And that's if you're lucky to break through your public consciousness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
There's this little
What is next for you?
What is next for me?
connection method. USB.
Man,
lowest
I really
latency.
want to. There's so much. I think there's still so much work to be done for Victoria. Next album, tour, international tour. We haven't gone to so many markets with her. So that's like important for me. St. Harrison is a new artist.
Still Lucy, right?
Yes, Lucy. It's Caroline Domestic, Lucy,
of course,
international. You know,
shout out Caroline.
Shout out Caroline, yeah. Saint is another one that's
Important
incredible,
update.
huge voice.
His version has been major
Dropped his project independently through Platoon, actually, and that did well. But he's a superstar as well, so it's the same thing. It's like the same process of wanting to drop another project that is critically acclaimed, still has to stand out.
There's so much coding,
and
in
then
this.
put
There's
him
so
on
much,
the road so he can tour.
coding in this shit, like for like
personally,
IRLs and
for
shit.
me, more like creative endeavors.
Okay.
Just other than guitar.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's what's up.
Touches.
There's a TV show that I wrote a script for.
Oh, really?
I want to do that.
Okay.
Yep.
Fire.
Yep. And I want to produce more, like putting albums together. Really like spending more time with the creative.
Yeah. It's still what
it's huge for me. Yeah.
Well, it's still what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It's like to think that managers are just suits is insane.
No. I mean,
Lots of
my
creatives.
trajectory is like started out as a kid that just loved music to find it, wanted to tell stories. And that was, okay, let me be a songwriter. Can't sing, so I gave that up.
Let me try that.
Then I started writing. I was an intern at Double XL, where Carl Cherry was an editor, actually. Fun fact, while I was in college. Yep.
Yeah, I remember him. Okay, you were there at the same time.
I was there at the same time, and he left to go to Beats Music, which became Apple Music.
I like that. So we're going to go back to that.
I kept writing because I was in college. I'm like, I might as well do this. Wasn't getting paid for it, but I'm like, I get to do what I want to do, and I get to meet people through this, and like hopefully I get to network through that. Everything was like network.
Yes.
So I'm still on the East Coast, and I started managing my friend Dolly,
making waves
from the Bronx. Funny Toronto story.
Tell me.
Is Jordan Evans and Matthew Burnett tweeted about him.
Oh wow!
While I was working with him, we went to Toronto, and that's how I met them.
Oh,
and that's how I met Danny.
So those
we went out in Toronto. We worked together, because Jordan was like, I think Jordan's my favorite rapper right now.
Jordan hates
who's that beat?
Everything. So we go up there, and
brother?
That's how I met them. And then Daniel was just sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
And then becomes the next thing, and I started writing about him to help out because
people never know that they're from
I was
Canada.
writing for different websites. So I
like.
wrote for Earmup, which is on Hype Machine.
It's like no one knew Justin.
And I remember covering like early Daniel Caesar, and I kept doing that. I basically go out to LA because I was doing a meeting with John Lieberberg, who at the time managed Time. This is gonna sound so like
weekends going
crazy. So Dolly, his style of rap was like from the Bronx, but his producer loved Clams Casino. It's like Cloud, like sampling different things that are alternative. Wanted to sample like Haim. I'm like, that would be cool. Like maybe you guys can do something together. Hit up John Lieberberg.
Right, so let me verify that I installed it correctly. That's next.
I'm on tour. The girls aren't working right now, but like let's stay in touch. I hit this man for months. I'm like, how do we make this happen? He's like, you know what? Have you ever thought about managing at like Rock Nation? You tell a 21-year-old kid that, like, you're like, not kid, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's definitely. He said that to you.
He said it to me.
Okay.
Not the OBS.
And I'm like,
iOS camera source.
Yeah, sure. Like, of course. Where do I sign up?
Open it up again.
I'll do it tomorrow. Like, let's go. Like, I'll probably be like, making so many plays if I'm have the Rock Nation title and all that stuff. And anyway, this is like, I'll never forget because it was end of like 2013. He's like, oh, maybe like the holiday party. You can come to like the holiday party. Never invited to the holiday party. Follow up again. He's like, oh, I'm going to be here like March, April.
Mr. AV cannot continue.
I literally hit up a friend of mine who was a PA on an ABC studio show. And I'm like, can I stay on your couch? I'm going to have like a meeting with this guy.
Do you want to configure a password for the website?
Stay on his couch, go to the meeting.
Password is highly recommended.
And John is not paying any attention to me in this meeting.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
He's eating his lunch.
Let me see.
It's like kind of listening. And
server report.
Mid-bite, he's like, all right, I'm going to see if Tata's here. Goes over to the next room. He's there. Brings him in.
Okay.
He's asking me questions like, oh, what do you do? I'm like explaining like, oh, I write for different sites or whatever, but I also manage this robber and blah, blah, blah. Takes no interest in that. He's like, oh, like, come in here. Go in the next room in his office. He starts playing songs. He's like, what do you think about this?
Tata?
Yeah. And he just keeps asking me on different songs. I'm like, ooh, I really like this. Oh, I don't like this. Or like, and just explaining why. And he like gives me his card. And he's like, I think I have something. There's somebody I want you to meet. Like, how long are you in town? I'm like, how long do I need to be in town? There's like, what?
I'm
like,
here for
being cryptic, not really saying anything. It's like, somebody I want you to meet. There's this artist. Her name is Dorothy. She's like the first rock act that's on Rock Nation. And maybe there's something we could do together because we don't want her to feel like an industry plan. We want her to feel cool. Like, can you like write about her and like send her to different people that that write at other places?
Continue.
PR.
Yes.
So I've never done this before, but I'm like, okay. A day goes by, I don't hear anything from him. I'd given him my number, don't hear anything. I pull out the card. I'm like,
I think we're making waves.
Okay. Text. Hey.
Okay.
He's like, oh yeah, like meet up at Soho House. Never can understand. My parents are Haitian. I don't know anything about the culture of Hollywood or anything.
shout out
Like the
Brandon
most I
Yang,
know
yeah.
about it is because my brother
Yes,
told me about
South in the
Entourage, and I
building.
started watching that. And then I started watching How to Make It in America. I was like, oh, this is how
Go
this.
back to watch those shows. You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Go back and watch
years?
Entourage and just watch the season.
Okay.
Oh man,
Yeah.
checks out.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll rewatch.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, you go to Soul.
I'm just going and they're like, you
Fish
can't
out of
take
water.
fish out of water
All
for
right.
sure. Didn't know what to wear. I'm like overdressed, walk in. Like, I'll never forget, George Robertson was managing her at the time. And he's like in what's probably like modern day, like Fear of God, like kind of like tattered, like vintage, like all like, here I am thinking you got to wear like a collar, like all the things.
Yes.
No, you don't.
Oh, that's crazy.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Shit.
And I'm learning this in real time just because I'm experiencing it. So we do the meeting. I basically become Dorothy's publicist. I'm making like $400 a month. It's nothing.
God.
And I move here because on my last day in town,
facts. Do you hear that?
I'm looking for apartments. Last day in town,
That's
I go
crazy.
to this
Are you
nondescript
hearing that? Like, you hear
place.
my wind
Only
chime?
like a photo of the outside
That's
building.
wild. You guys be telling you
It's
the
a
mic is good.
condo.
That's what it's
I meet
picking
with
up.
this
That's
woman.
crazy.
She's like, oh, like I'm
Those are my
looking for a
wind chimes
roommate for my
outside.
daughter.
That's wild.
Daughter's not there. I have a conversation with her. Why do you want to move here? Explain everything. I'm like, oh, I'm moving out here because I went to this school. Basically interviewing to live here.
All day
And she calls me as I'm walking back out to my car. And she's like, can you come back in? My daughter actually is here. They were like checking me out.
Oh.
And my rent was $900 a month. So my hustle was like, I got to find enough clients, PR clients, so I can cover the rent a month so I can stay out in LA. And it was everything included. That does not exist in today's world. That was God. That was definitely God. So anyway, I move out here. I'm doing PR. At the same time, I hit up Scott Benner, Entourage. The reason why I hit him up is because he had tweeted that he was looking for music from New York. Hip hop. I send Dolly. We start talking back and forth. He's like, oh, I really like his stuff. Let me know if you're ever in LA. I remember that. I hit him up. He's like, oh, like come by the house. I bring my friend Chris because I'm like, I'm not going to any man's house. Like, go with him. He's totally chill. He shows us an early cut of Ballers. Nothing's happening with it yet. I'm like, okay, there's no music, no nothing. Nothing happens. I'm just sharing music, no job, no nothing. And then put in fast forward, he hits me up and he's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. What should I be doing? He's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the Warner a lot. Do you want to come and like, if you have any music, you can see how it works? Because I've been asking him, like, can I just learn? Like, anything that tag along. So I go with him to the Warner lot. He's working on the Entourage movie, and I'm sending him songs. And he's like, see how this, and he starts to like kind of teach me. He's like, see how it clashes with the dialogue, like, and I'm watching him do his job. Fully like not paid, just learning. Go to the premiere with him and his girlfriend. Again, fish out of water. I'm like, what am I doing here? And who knows how long later he calls me again. He's like, hey, I have something for you. Coordinator for Ballers, the first 2 seasons. So I'm working with him and I'm doing that. At the same time, I'm doing PR. So that's like the hustle. It's like, okay, now I'm getting into music supervision. I worked with Scott for like maybe 2 to 3 years. And then I went out on my own. I started researching like the heads of studios and like trying to get gigs. I would get something on Paramount, that I would get like just random odd jobs. And it would feel like I would just get a job that would pay for the next month and then figure out what the next hustle was. And that was my life for years.
Wow.
Years. And
125.
I remember like I would go and I would buy a rotisserie chicken from Ralph's, and that would be like $6-7, and I would make sure that would last for like a week. Because I was like, I cannot afford to eat. You know what I mean? And my mom would call me and she'd be like, do you need anything? I'm like, I refuse. Like,
all right.
I love my mom and I feel like she's sacrificed so much for me, but anytime she'd be like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I would never. I'm like, living the
There we
dream.
go. Website.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
So, of course,
panic,
WebSocket.
panic. But I'm like, I refuse. Like, I have to find a way
See,
to
why
make
what's
it.
this
But I
long
think
ass password?
part of that was instilled in me because of her.
Holy.
Like, it was like, well, you've never not been okay. It might be really stressful, but you've never not been okay. You've never been homeless, thankfully.
Right.
So yeah, I kept on that path. I stopped doing PRs. I was like, I don't want to do this. But I think that the jobs that you do and you don't want to do are just as important as the jobs that you love doing, because at least you learn something. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
password, bro.
Needed to understand it.
Needed to understand it. In hindsight, like, I'm glad I did that, because as a manager, you have to understand every other aspect of the job. Like, I understand our publicist. I understand like the film sync side of things.
I don't know how long this shit is, bro.
And I understand A&R. Like, I have been doing that for the screen. I didn't even realize what that was. And then being around different creators and understanding, like, even watching like Victoria and Dima, like arranging things. Like, like that's how, like, and studying the albums that I was obsessed with, of like the Kanye's and the John Mayer, like Beyonce, like seeing how they've put albums together in real time. I feel like I was just learning and being a sponge. And
maybe I don't know, bro.
I started working with Kier. So I wanted to learn about music clearances, and he was working on Insecure. And that was another like
that makes sense.
Gig of like, let me just learn from somebody that I respect.
Yeah.
And great guy. And from there, he recommended a movie called The After Party on Netflix that Kyle was starring in. That full circle was written by Ian Edelman, who did How to Make It in America.
Oh.
So that was one of my last music supervision roles, because I consulted on that, because he wanted someone that understood hip hop and R&B and like really to be authentic, because he grew up on it. But he's like, I need somebody that gets it. And I did that. And a little bit after that, Tunji called me and he's like, oh, I'm starting a label. Do you want to come over here and be an A&R?
Are you still at this point check to check trying to figure it out?
Yes.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yes.
And when I met you, you were a music supervisor.
I was check to check.
And I thought, oh, well, she's in the industry.
No.
Wow.
No, I think that's a common misconception.
Yeah,
like, even
yeah,
it's like, and I think that's another thing for managers too, is like, people look at managers and they're like, so there's like a strange villainizing as well of managers.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it takes a certain level of bravery and audacity.
Oh, for sure.
Sacrifice to be like, I'm going to put my life on hold to see this dream through and adopt this dream as one of my own and have the whole team's dream be wrapped up in this. And like, you're responsible for all the plays. No one knows how anxiety inducing and fear inducing that is.
Yep.
And like, if it starts, and that's if it works. Someone sent me a stat the other day of like, how many artists, how many managers like make over $100,000, and it's like the top 1%.
Really?
Yes.
What?
And I'm like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. But then you start to think about,
well, yeah, I mean,
how many artists are actually successful enough to make money? And if you
go on Chartmetric, there's like, last time I checked, there's 9 million artists on Chartmetric. So you imagine that 50% of those have managed.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, this is Dope Tech from Wix.
That's coming in crazy.
Of like, and if you have an artist on a label,
how to build a thriving
and
music
they're
business,
standing behind crazy recoupment,
yep.
What are you earning off of?
Soon.
Nothing.
Get this to
because if they don't blow, there's no brand deal. There's no endorsement check. There's no touring money.
Sure.
So, there's one thing I really wish people would understand is like, I just have such a love and affinity for managers that really are in from the beginning, because you have to, like, you kind of have to be a little crazy.
Yeah.
Because like, you don't know, like, you're really like, you're a gambling person. You're betting on the talent of the artist, but you're also betting on yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
And everyone in the team of like, nah, this team is special. So it will make sense one day.
Yep.
And the thing that's really crazy is like,
Yes.
If I look at like
Yes.
managers of artists that were on labels and they're standing behind recoupment and they're still doing it, even the biggest record, like that doesn't equate.
So
like
as
you
long as I
might
can
still
get
be
my
broke
Rumble,
and figuring out how to make
my
ends
Rumble
meet, but
live
you
stream
have
code,
the biggest song, like a
put it into
Billboard
the OB
number one.
pass.
Yeah. For those who don't understand, what's the standard behind recoupment?
So, okay, let's say artist goes
And
and
then
signs to a
launch
label
OBS
and they get,
launch to
let's say something like
launch
minimum, like
YouTube.
to
Rumble
150,
Studio,
200
that way
grand.
it goes
Yep.
to YouTube and I can control
That's just a
OBS.
sign.
But I'm not sure
You
if that'll
start
work.
spending money to shoot a video, do the photos, hire the publicist, all the members of the team.
So we screen for YouTube.
You start rolling out the music and you pay for ads and marketing. And if you're lucky, you want to test something at radio, that costs money. Then you're looking at $500,000. Might go to $1 million, might go past that. Even if a song is successful, you have to chip away at your debt before you see money.
Mm-hmm.
And the manager is probably making 15 to 20% of the artist share.
Correct.
Of that. So now let's talk about artists that
so this is not bad.
are in normal deals, right? They don't have the masters. Maybe they are making 12 to 16% of 100% of the record because the label's taking the rest.
Connect the camera.
And so the manager is making 15 to 20% of that 12 to 16% if you're on a normal, like,
yeah,
this is not like, you can't be, you have to be so jiggy. You have to be a little crazy.
So even thinking about that, the reality is for an artist, for a manager to make $100,000 to that 1%, that means that the artist needs to make, they got to be making.
You got to be.
Even if you're at 10%, they got to make $1 million.
Yes.
OBS controller.
So that's why I'm like,
they have
putting
more than
in
one
perspective,
Android.
like
Just
the work,
I have an
especially
Android.
now because labels don't develop artists.
No.
But guess whose job that is?
The manager's job.
You got to figure it out somehow. So you got to learn every job that you don't know. Yeah. And that was my job for a lot. It still is my job. If I don't know something, I'm calling somebody that's doing it well and asking a question because I can't afford to not know how to do it.
Get this one.
Because the label's not going to do it.
A little bit of a different one, but we're going to connect both of them.
Even if they've got all the...
Once I know both of them is locked
all
in.
the infrastructure worldwide and the funds. Not going to do it.
Nope.
As I said, when it comes to
crazy.
Music,
it is crazy. But you made it happen.
Yeah.
When it comes to...
Can I tell you a story?
Yes.
Real quick. That I don't know if you know this or the level of detail on this, but I just discovered this the other day. Did you know that
I couldn't be able to...
In an indirect way, but not so indirect way, you were responsible for Calvin Harris and Jesse working together?
So, we're good.
Why?
So you are the reason.
I remember talking to 360, but I can't remember if I brought up Jesse. I did. Jesse.
To Natalie. Wow. So you told her, you need to check out this girl, Jessie. Figures has come out at this point.
Wow.
And then Natalie heard it.
Which Natalie?
Sorry, not Natalie. Natasha? Is it Natasha?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Well, here's the thing. I'll tell you who I spoke to because maybe he passed along. It was Charlie Tadman.
Charlie Tadman?
Charlie Tadman was running Calvin's publishing company. I'm wondering. I'm like,
so really,
what's it?
No, it's
which Natasha?
I want to see her goes down.
Okay, so Twitch.
Byron told me this.
Okay, I am shook.
So Byron, he told me this the other day. When I had them on the pod, when I had Jesse and Byron on the pod, I won.
This is an episode?
Yes.
Okay, so
oh my God, I gotta watch this.
And I'm like, what? I didn't know that.
I was showing everyone Jesse at this time.
So you showed someone at 360.
To provide your channel ID.
That person fell in love, and then showed Paul McRae, apparently. And then I don't know if you remember this, but Jesse then, when it was the whole bidding war, everything was happening. We did a little Soho House tour with Zach, and there was an LA show that happened, and she begged Mark Gillespie to come to the show, and she relented and ended up coming to the show.
Me into the
He stood
energy.
in the back, which I do remember. He stood in the
New
back.
Moon in Gemini
And
coming up in about 2-3
I remember
days.
we got introduced to each other.
Mhm.
He's
Getting
like,
into all
she's
that.
phenomenal. He went home, told Calvin. Calvin reached out
Probably do some live
to
hookups
Jesse.
as well.
Said, hey, there's a lot of people talking. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mark Gillespie is not coming to the show if you're not talking about Jesse the 360. So you connected those dots. So
Wow.
that is a testament to how incredible your ear is, your taste. You've done so many amazing things in this business. And it's amazing to watch how far you come. And I know you're going to continue to kill it.
Thank you.
You can tell in so many ways that you are meant for this. And I love seeing you win, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're one of the good ones in this business for sure. So I just want to say,
Wow, I never knew that.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Why?
So you, and even more importantly, and I talked about this as well, Mark Gillespie is actually the person that helped Byron and myself put together the deal to shop around.
What?
Yes. And he put these 10 or 14 points on a piece of paper written, and we went to his office. She's like, yeah, here you go. This is what you do. I'm like, we looked at it.
What?
Yeah, it checks out.
Also, shout out to Mark Gillespie because that's amazing.
Well, those who know he's a G.
Wow.
If I can get him on this podcast, that's a deal. Yeah, I'll definitely have that conversation with him. So, yeah, and he put that deal together, and then we went to Universal, and Universal agreed to damn near pretty much everything on that.
Oh my God.
So none of this is happening if you're not involved. So I appreciate that.
Of course.
Thank you so much for spending the last few hours here having a conversation.
Thank you for having me on.
No, this is amazing.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God, guys, you don't know. Look up to this one. This is what I wanted to say before.
Okay.
And then we can wrap. Outside Lands.
Yeah.
The first time that you,
But that's all good.
Byron, Jesse, Daniel, did Outside Lands, you're on the same stage.
Yeah.
Armand and I drove up to see you guys perform. I was so inspired. I was like, oh my God, one day. The crowds were insane.
Yeah.
For you both, honestly. And it's crazy to be sitting here with you in this capacity, because back then it was just like, I just love the artists.
Yeah.
I loved him, and I loved all the people behind the scenes doing it, and just was so inspired. So I couldn't have even been me without watching you guys do it and carve that path out. You know?
Appreciate that. The ones who win in this business stay so committed to being a fan.
Yeah. I mean, what the hell are we doing this for otherwise?
Yo, yeah. There's no other. Yeah, exactly.
Like, the industry is just a byproduct of, it's like, we deal with it because we love music.
Yeah.
Those are the people.
That's exactly how we're in the business. Yeah, for sure.
The
I
industry.
think most people are like that. Some people get jaded along the way, but the ones I think it's the music. This is why we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Actually, I hate being an entrepreneur, but I'm very entrepreneurial. Explain that. The challenge is, as you said,
Okay,
as much
so
as
we
you're
got the
now part of
cams and all.
Universal
Like that's
Warner as a
the
Sony
first. That's pretty
system,
much the main
you don't
thing.
necessarily get any special treatment outside of your home territory unless there's a partner formally on.
We got the
As a
cams,
manager, I'm like, get these other
which is
fucking
good.
countries
Let me
on
open
board.
this up on this
Like,
this device.
I need boots on the ground who have
So
skin
we
in the
have
game.
in
who are
terms of
putting up money
cameras.
that I can call and be like,
that's
what's
me.
going on? But I took the gamble here.
Exactly.
So I've invested my own money into this. So I have to make that.
This
back.
is
So
going to
Remix is
be-
this cultural incubator, right? And it's known
Okay, so
for
this cam,
excellence.
and then this
that's the
cam
way
are the
we
same.
promoted it and talked about it to the world. Is that the young
This
people
is
that
mine.
come through these doors
Okay.
are brilliant. They have talent. They're full of potential. And we're helping them to realize their potential through a passion-based approach. The biggest misconception in team building is I need another me, and I can do twice as much. It's like, no, you don't. You're already you.
Yeah.
You absolutely do not need another you. You need someone who's good where you suck. You're trying to find a balance, because if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't give yourself Sunday, then you are not the person that your client deserves.
The manager's playbook.
What's going on, sir?
What's going on, sir? Good, man.
I don't even know where to start this podcast, man. But let me just put a couple of titles here out. You're a TED Talk fellow, but you're also my brother.
Yeah,
also
definitely.
A mentor of mine. It's an honor to have you on here. We're friends first, but I mean our careers been pretty aligned over so many years, man. But thanks for coming on, bro.
I appreciate you, man. It's always been a two-way street with us. So
yes, sir.
You ask me to do something, I'm going to do it. There's probably going to be a lot of people watch the podcast be like, that mother, like he didn't do my podcast. And like, God bless everyone. I will at one point. You know what I mean?
One point,
like,
yeah. Well, listen, man.
Louise called, I answered. It is what it is.
Thank you so much, man. It is truly an honor. I don't even know where to start this on. I wanted to really start with like the early part of your journey, really. I think if we talk about Remix early, a lot of people know what Remix is, but I think it's worth you talking about that. But even before that, if I'm not mistaken, your mom was a painter or the journalist? Your mom was a painter?
Yeah, my dad.
And your father was a journalist?
Yeah, that's right.
Was that informing a lot of the decisions that you were making?
I mean, definitely language and art expression, those are storytelling, really. Like even now, like what I finally have like distilled, like people, always, what do you do? And you're like, I don't everything. Like I help people. Like that's usually my answer. But what I've kind of distilled it to is I support storytellers, right? So whether that's in music, whether that's in film, whether that's in street fashion, whatever it is, but like storytellers, and that definitely is informed by my mother, the artist, who's also a librarian. So I grew up, at her art studio, but also in the library. And then my father being a journalist, right? First being a reporter and then being a columnist and then an editor to finish his career. So absolutely, like those, I'm really lucky to have two phenomenal parents, that left a big impression on me in those areas, but also in the ways that they moved through the world, in the ways that they engaged community, the way that they built community, and the way that they were showed up for people. That I'm definitely a product of Barb and Rob,
What was your father reporting on?
He politics for the most part, and then like federal politics. He was at the Globe and Mail for a long, long time, and then moved over to Maclean's and was an editor for politics, but also health, and finished his career at CBC, the website, again in national politics. He wrote a book like with Michael Valpy on like federal politics and like the Canadian Constitution, which like no one will know or reference and whatever, but like he's deep in it. You know what I mean? Like, for sure. At one point, like he'd tell me some wild stories. There's pictures of him like interviewing Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter on some like health whatever stuff, but then there's also like stories of him interviewing like the first Trudeau, like Pierre Trudeau, in a bathtub because it was the only time he could get on a campaign tour. And
so that was the era he was covering
coming up. Yeah. Like he was a young reporter coming up during that time. Right. So
no way.
Yeah. And they benefited a lot from those policies. Like my mom had a commune from some like Trudeau grants back in the day, and they were hippies, and definitely kind of found their way, again, through storytelling,
so
really through believing in different things that they felt needed to be shared and needed to be told, and finding their own way to express those things. So my mom through visual art, and my father through the word.
That's amazing. I'm interested to know the name. Do you know the name of the book?
So
your father?
It's
Controller.
Like
let's see what it can
I have it. I should know it. It's terrible. But
Robert
Shepard, Michael Valpy.
Let me know.
Okay, so that does.
I'm curious just to like actually skim through that, like the Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter interview. That's cool.
That's an epic photo. I have that on Instagram. I'll share it with you.
Nice. With Trudeau?
No.
I was gonna say that's more interesting.
I don't think they had,
at this point in my life.
There wasn't as many
find
kids.
That more interesting.
Yeah, no, it's a wild story. It always sticks in my head. For sure.
Was he sharing a lot of those? I guess you said but I mean, like with your mom.
All right, it's not bad. It's straightforward. It's simple.
No, I have a sister.
You have a sister. Yeah.
Let me see if I can add.
Were you guys having a lot of conversations about some of the stuff at the dinner table or at home?
Certain things for sure. Listening to a lot of conversations as well, like growing up, again, whether it's them talking or even just parties they would have, like going to sleep and people would be dancing downstairs and music's playing and what have you, and and that kind of vibe. My mom will go out every Friday night for life drawing classes and with her friends, and so it would be pizza night with my dad, and
you can exit.
we would certainly have like convos. They were really walking a fine line between, raising their kids in a way that they wanted them to live in the world, but also like making sure that we made our own decisions and were empowered to make our own decisions about, what we cared about, what we wanted to do. And how we kind of engaged, with community and with the world around us. Right. So it was an interesting come up for sure. But yeah, we do like just like, name every capital of every province at the dinner table. And you're just like, I don't know, man. Yeah. Try to figure that out.
Canadian
but like
trivia.
I never did well in the formal education system. I struggled a lot. But I was given the gift of education and the gift of curiosity and the gift of like figuring things out from my parents. Like my mom as a child would always be like, what could we do with this? What could we, would be a cardboard box. And she's like, what can we make? And we'd make a car, and we'd like draw the wheels on it and create a car, and we'd be, whatever. So I think that's informed so much of my life, is in terms of like, well, let's just look what we have around us. What can we do with this to do what we want to do, or to make what we want to make or build what we want to build? Like, let's just look around us first and start with that.
Okay. Is that
don't you want some more? There you go.
I wasn't very much engaged. We had really large class sizes. We came from the era where all arts classes and funding for after school programs were cut as well, right? That was like the Mike Harris era where it came.
That's right.
In.
Mega City.
Yeah. So we were like that generation that were just coming into middle school when like all those cuts happened and everything, right? So we essentially lost all the arts programming, all the after school programming. and the class sizes were huge. And so it just wasn't engaged, and I think that was a large part of it. And, for so long, I would have been frustrated. For so long, I was frustrated by teachers being like, they need to engage. The school's not interesting. This shit's not cool. Like, it's boring. They don't engage me. They don't speak to me. I don't understand. Like this, there's like,
you communicate that with your folks, right?
Yeah, and also just like personally, even privately. And then as you get older, you start to realize like systemically how messed up this was, and like that, of course, if someone has 32 students in a class, they have to appeal to the broadest like scope of any lesson that they're trying to teach, right? They don't have the ability to do one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I really needed that kind of focus and that kind of attention to help me thrive, and I wasn't receiving it. And so then I would just talk to people and just talk to my peers and whatever, and then get in trouble for talking all the time, and then get kicked out of class or all that type of stuff. And then, was tested to see like what my learning disabilities were. And they were like, after 2 days of testing, they're like, he doesn't have any learning disabilities. Like the diagnosis is apathy. And it's just like, well, that's stupid to tell a 12-year-old, like clearly there's something else here. And I think like ultimately, again, I started to realize later that we need to meet people where they are when it comes to learning, that we're losing a lot of really smart people through the cracks.
Yeah.
And so as we started to design what would become the Remix project, and as we refined it through trial and error, we really wanted to focus on doing deep investment with individuals, because we felt that from our own experiences, not just mine, but those of my peers that were helping to grow this thing from its inception, like we all kind of felt the same, was that like, we really needed someone to like meet us where we were, talk to us in a way that we understood, and then that could unlock our potential, and we could walk through doors and we could grow and whatnot. It's not that we wanted to stay where we were, right? But we needed someone to meet us there first. So then we could walk through those doors together,
How old are you when you're thinking like this, though? Because when I'm assuming you're a bit of a younger age. How old are you when this is starting to become apparent to you?
Middle school into high school for sure. Because I started the first iteration of Remix when I was 17, right?
Yeah.
Turning 18. So I was definitely reading a lot of books. Well, I was reading my whole life, but like started reading a lot of books that are a little more political, a little more like social commentary by like 14, 15 for sure, 15, 16.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Johnstone was a teacher that made a huge impact on my life. And he started giving me Adbusters in the early days and different books like that to read in grade 10. You know, and I credit him with the reason why I didn't drop out of school, because I was definitely on my way to doing it. But I wanted to go to his class, and it was homeroom, and my school was 45 minutes away. So I was like, here, I'm not going to go all the way home. So I'll stick around for a while until take the bus back later with everyone.
Richview, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was in French immersion because my parents are Montrealers. So they're Anglophones, but they're from Montreal.
Shit.
So they thought it was important that I learn French. So I was going pretty far
Hella
from my
Canadians
community,
on
which
this
was
thing.
another thing, because my friends in my neighborhood had a very different reality than my friends at school. You know, like my Lakeshore, where I grew up, is a very like just diverse area in the truest sense of the word, from cultures, backgrounds, ethnicities, but also like financially, religious views, like everything. Like
it's diaspora.
It is. And a lot of folks were struggling. I was the house that was kind of like, my house was like the safe house, you know what I mean? For everybody, like people would come there, you can get food, there's somewhere, like I would come home in my teenage years and I wasn't even home, and there's people in my basement like using the weight set, you know what I mean? I'm like, Trey, what are you doing? He's like, your mom let me in, man. Yo, you got some rhubarb cake? I'm like, well, whatever. But anyways, it was very different, and I felt out of place up there, and I resented. It was from a pretty affluent area where the school was, and I definitely resented the affluence, the wealth, the casualness of that wealth, and it helped further kind of push me down the path of like, just like, why is it like this, and like what are the systems that are keeping us separate and like holding us down and like not allowing for opportunities. And so, I started reading a lot of books. That's where like my social media name is Gavatista. That comes from the Zapatistas, of course, right? And Zapatista like philosophy and ideology had a huge impact on me in high school. Like they came into the world's view in 1994. I would have been 12. So a few years later is when I really started to like pick up on them. But between like,
and that's just from reading the books, like
like Our Word Is Our Weapon.
I remember coming across Zapatista's Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine was definitely a big intro point. And again, I think through like Adbusters magazine,
NDI. Okay, so we need this NDI
like
tool.
Kind of put me
that
on
we got to
and
use right
introduced
now.
me. And then
so
of
it's
course,
a lot of different tools and stuff that are connecting. But
then also reading a lot about the Black Panther
we're
Party
see which
and
ones
being
are
put on by
actually
different music that I was listening to.
Yeah.
And then listening to like, hearing stories about these record labels that I loved and looked up to, and like the Def Jams of the world, but then, going back to like the Motowns and like these kind of different ideas and philosophies swirling around is what eventually led to, again, what became the Remix Project. Like I feel like the Zapatistas, the Black Panther Party, and Motown is kind of like the three pillars that informed my lens going into creating Remix. And obviously there's co-founders and other people contributing who had their own perspectives and their own histories and their own lenses that they're approaching it with and helping to inform it and grow it. But
gang. Nice. That shit ain't even end. Presentation. The Anderson come back though.